So, how is everybody? How are you all doing? My connection is so poor. It keeps slowing down. How's everybody? How are you guys doing? How is life? I am very well. Thank you for anyone who wants to know. I've had a bit of a whirlwind few weeks, and it was only right to come and do an update. I have a drink here, so I'm just going to drink every so often. So basically, where have I been? I haven't been posting for at least 2 weeks. Usually I'll have like little breaks in between and then I'll come back, but it's been a while since I actually posted. So to get into that, I've been busy. Like life has been lifing. I, as you all know, have a full-time job. And then had family around for a while, and family around means I am extremely busy. And then that happened and I felt really ill. I was ill for a good almost 2 weeks. And I had events that I was planning for family and friends. So I had to be involved in that as well. I traveled to Montenegro, guys. If there's anyone in the UK who is on a work visa, student visa, and you were looking for where to go to, I recommend going to Montenegro. Montenegro was beautiful. You don't need you don't need a Schengen visa to travel to Montenegro. And I found that the people there were friendly. The food was really good. There was a lot of things there that I really enjoyed, although I was not very well. And there was something exciting I did. I swam in the sea for the first time ever in Montenegro. So I think that's probably been the highlight. That's probably been the highlight. Sorry, my connection is poor. That's probably been the highlight of the last few weeks for me, was that I swam in the sea. Like I jumped in and I went to go and swim with the fishes and it was really fun. But the low light was that there was a lot of illness going about. There's been viruses everywhere, and unfortunately it caught me. And don't know what happened with my daughter, but she went really ill, and that just took a few days out of my time and my schedule. So it's really nice to finally feel like I can come back on here. I'm actually going to be on holiday again for a brief period. I'll be updating you guys on where that is. And I'm not saying much about it now because I want to actually talk about it on my YouTube channel later on. However, I will be going on holiday, so hopefully I can catch a breather and finally come back and do what I need to do. Hi, Ayo. This is weird. I feel like I'm just talking to myself on the screen and people are sending me messages. Okay, right. So, what I wanted to talk about, the main thing I want to talk about is the event. So, I'm not sure if you're new to my channel or new to whatever I'm doing. I spoke about the Pharmacist Evolve event that I was putting together, or I am putting together. If you received my last email, you would know that we had some difficulty with the venue. So we already had a venue that was picked out and everything, and then the venue decided to change their opening and closing times. The venue changed their opening and closing times, and somehow they just couldn't accommodate our event again. And from there, it was just a series of different events that just made it so difficult to plan. And I was initially doing this on my own with someone else, but and but however, um I've just decided to bring on an event planner. I'm also now starting to feel like, I don't know how to word it, because since then I've been trying to find a new venue and it's been proving really, really difficult. Even the event planner is finding it difficult to find somewhere. We would end up still doing something by the grace of God before the end of this year. So, for all of you who have purchased any tickets, I will be sending you an email update in the near few days just to let you know exactly what's happening. And if there's any questions, please feel free to send it to my emails. My email address that I use is faiththefarm@gmail.com. So faiththeparm@gmail.com. If you have any questions. So the aim of this Pharmacist Evolve event is basically to bring people together, and it's particularly targeted at pharmacists who have qualified overseas and have moved into the UK and are trying to navigate the system in the UK, because I strongly feel like you have like unique problems that nobody else can relate with except somebody who has walked in your shoes. So I just thought it was a great idea to bring everyone together. Let's chat, let's talk about things. And then if we can have guest speakers, people who have actually walked this journey and have come out of it really successful, or have a thing or two to share with us that will help in like making this journey a lot better. That was the aim of my event, or that's the aim of the event. But unfortunately, planning it has proved so interesting, I would say. Maybe not difficult. I just think there's a lot for me to learn from this whole planning process. And hopefully, I would have more information soon. But for those of you who have bought the tickets and those on the mailing list, I'll send you more information within the next, say, 1 to 3 days, just so you can be abreast of happenings. If you have any advice, anything that you would like to say in terms of planning an event like this, if you have done something like this in the past and you feel like there's some insights that you would like to give me, see, I'm open. You guys should send me, because this planning is driving me crazy, and it's not as if I don't have other things to do. It's crazy, it's wild, and I'm just thankful that I have the passion to do this. If not, I will be really, really struggling right now. I am struggling to an extent. However, I just feel like God is going to help me go in the right direction. When and how it will happen, I'm not 100% sure yet, but I know it will happen. And I'm just praying for guidance, literally. So, for anyone who has already bought tickets, if we need to do a refund, if anything happens, I would happily do a refund. Um, but for now, we're still trying to like go with the flow and see what happens. And does anyone have any questions? Oh, there are 3 people live on YouTube. Hi, guys. I don't know why it didn't notify me that anyone was live. Another thing I've been brainstorming and thinking about, like a baby project. And again, this is being born out of my passions, because I have so many passions and I'm just trying to navigate them. Is sort of an association of overseas pharmacists who are in the UK. Again, it's still along the same lines, but just somewhere where people can just come and just feel like they're seen and heard, and like people understand their struggles, and life is not, you're not the only one going through life. I still would be creating content that relates to UK pharmacists, British pharmacists, people who have lived and studied in the UK and practiced in the UK and everything. But I feel like particularly overseas pharmacists need a bit more like handholding, resources, help, support. I did not study abroad. I studied in the UK and I qualified in the UK and everything, but I have the unique perspective of being a Nigerian in a foreign country. Being a Nigerian in a foreign country is a completely different ball game to just being Caucasian, being just anything else, being a Nigerian. And I'm not even saying that to being black. I'm saying being Nigerian. Being Nigerian in the UK, it's a different experience. And I think a lot of people migrate to the UK without any idea of what this really is like. So I just think it would be really nice to have that kind of environment where people can come and bond and meet and learn. And, you know, I have the vision. Execution is the problem. And yeah, life has changed a lot for me recently, guys. I'll be filling you guys in a lot in the near future about what's going on behind the scenes for me as well, because that's also what's making things a lot difficult in terms of like planning and coordinating. But it's okay. We'll get back there because I know that there is a mission, right? So, for anyone who's just joining, I'm trying to talk about my event, Pharmacist Evolve, that I'm currently planning. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask away. And I was just talking about where I've been dealing with a lot of busyness, a lot of illnesses. Thankfully, everyone's on the mend now. I'm not coughing in your faces. That's how bad it's been for me in the last few weeks. I lost my voice. So there was absolutely no way I could even come and be on social media. I was wiped out for the most part. Um, experienced, I unlocked stage two of motherhood. Oh my God. So let me talk about this. My daughter was not really feeling like herself for a few days, and I was just observing her. And so one of these days, I was meant to go into work, and very early in the morning, realized that she had a 40-degree temperature. So I decided to stay at home and just observe her. And turned out she was fine. A couple of hours later, after I'd given her some paracetamol. But towards the evening, she started to become a bit slow and not really responding much. And I was thinking, okay, this is probably a viral illness because I at the moment, at the time, had a viral cough and cold, which I knew was viral because I'd had it for a few days and I'd observed my symptoms. And then I thought, okay, this is viral. She's fine. She'll be okay. And then out of nowhere, her temperature kept rising. This is after I'd given her some Calpol. So I thought to myself, okay, better top it up with Nurofen. So I ran and got some Nurofen, and few minutes after giving her Nurofen, I experienced what was very terrifying to me. My daughter had a febrile seizure, and it was crazy. We ended up in the A&E. It was I lost all healthcare professional composure. Like anything that I knew about being a healthcare professional that I would have calmly advised a patient or a client or a friend, I just lost it. Like I didn't know what to do. I was just so confused. But for some reason, I remained quite calm. However, it was very, very, very stressful mentally. But thankfully, I remained calm and turned out she was fine. And I think she had a bacterial infection that is now being treated. But it was one of the scariest moments of being a mom so far for me. And it's just made me take a few days out of day-to-day life. Like we just, myself, my husband and myself just decided to just get away from everything and everyone and just reflect on life because it was almost like a split moment of what in the world is going on here. I hope this is not going to end in tragedy because it was crazy. But thankfully, she's fine. So it feels like I've been away for forever. I don't know why. And yeah, that's just what's been happening. It's crazy. It's crazy. So, does anyone have any like advice in terms of like planning an event? Has anyone here planned an event in the past? Do you have any suggestions? What I'm struggling with is finding guest speakers. So I found someone who said, unfortunately, the time that we chose and the dates did not align with her schedule. I've contacted quite a few other people who, for some reason, haven't responded. I have not been doing great with networking, and I know I should attend a lot of events just so I can meet people. Because a lot of the time, when they actually know you, it's easier for you to grab them and get them on board. So that's one I'm struggling with. The second thing is finding a venue. Like I didn't realize that was going to be that difficult. Finding a venue has been so tough. And it's just the biggest setback of them all because to be honest, I feel like I could proceed without even having guest speakers. Because again, number one, it's going to be my first event. It's going to be just a launch or something. It's going to be something for me to just have an idea, how these things run and if there's anything I need to do going forward. I don't even know if I'm going to have a subsequent event, but I just want to try this one out. And what people don't realize is that these events are actually very expensive. And now I understand why people get sponsorships for events because it is so pricey that even the money that I've priced the tickets at is not enough to cover the cost of the event. So I will be spending my own money to make this event actually happen and come to fruition. But things are just not, falling in place. And I take that to mean that perhaps maybe there's something I'm not doing, or perhaps maybe it's just not the right time. I'm still meditating on it, but I know for sure that this event needs to happen. It's just when and how. So I'm open to suggestions. I'm open to just, you guys let me know what you think. Yeah, if there's anything, please let me know. Um, just waving at people that have joined. Oh, Somebody said Timothy area said it's the worst experience when a kid has fits. For that reason, I always keep a thermometer, rectal paracetamol, and rectal paracetamol. Guys, I have a stash of rectal paracetamol at home now because my daughter wouldn't take any more Calpol because we see. So we went to the A&E. They sent us back home after she had the first seizure. We got home and honestly, it was just crazy. She didn't have another one, but I felt like she was very close to it because I was checking her temperature and it was going up. And I didn't have anything to give her. I gave her Calpol, Nurofen, she threw up. I was like, oh crap, what am I going to do? Run back into the hospital. But rectal paracetamol, guys, if you have any little kids, always have rectal paracetamol at home. I now have a stash of rectal paracetamol. And even my sister chimed in and she was like, you always need to have that bomb bomb stuff. But yes, thank you, Timothy. Timothy, rectal paracetamol and or diclofenac, because it's so essential. If you have children at home that you think if they have nausea, they won't take medication to help bring the temperature down, rectal paracetamol is so essential because it's so chaotic. No matter how much you know, watching your own child experience a fit is wild, honestly. And my sister was sharing with me recently. I used to have febrile fits when I was a child, so I sort of had an idea that my baby might actually end up having it at some point. So my sister was just sharing with me how she experienced myself having fits and it was very traumatizing to her, and that's why she always has rectal paracetamol at home. I'm like, look at even me, I didn't even think to have rectal paracetamol at home, but I do now. Thank you, Timothy, for sharing that. That was honestly one of the biggest advices that I heard ever since that point. And I feel like if I see any parents now, that's the first thing I'm going to be asking them. Do you have rectal paracetamol at home? Rectal diazepam. Oh wow, rectal diazepam. I didn't know you could get rectal diazepam. Did you get that on a prescription, Timothy? Because diazepam is not something you will readily find available here in the UK. The best thing I could get was rectal paracetamol, and even that I feel like will give me peace of mind when it comes to a child having a high temperature and not wanting to take anything. Has anyone else ever experienced a child having a febrile seizure? It was the experience of a lifetime. I've learned a lot. It sent me going a bit crazy, but we thank God. We thank God. We're all good now, so that's all that matters. And does anyone have any questions for me or any suggestions with Oh God, Jimmy, get out. Does anyone have any questions for me or any tips, advice, suggestions for the future? I'm going to be back posting videos in a few days. I probably would post two this week. So one on sometime in the middle of the week and another one on the weekend just to do a bit of a catch up. But yeah. Hi Rejoice. Hi Sammy. Hi for me. Hi Favor. You guys, I should not do this catch up and then go and disappear again. God do not allow such. I have so many things to catch up on. Like I have a lot of my friends I haven't spoken to in a while, and they've been like looking for me, and everyone's wondering, "Are you okay? Are you okay? Are you okay?" Um, Life has just been lifing. Honestly, life has been lifing, and if there's anything I know about myself now is that I can't juggle too many things at once. I'll rather let a lot of them crash and burn and then just focus on the ones that I think are most important. And at the end of the day, when I bring my head back up, I hope that I can still salvage some things because thank you, Favor. Favor Fave. Hi, Esther. Esther is another person I need to catch up with. See, my list of catch ups is a lot. Just pray for me. because in between having a child and a full-time job and trying to do this, it's crazy. And the funny thing is I won't stop trying to do this because I love to do it. Hi, OG's concepts. So Jimmy says always have rectal paracetamol and always have a thermometer. Standard. There was a thermometer. There was just that, not that bonbon paracetamol. That's what I'm gonna start calling it now. Bonbon paracetamol. Anyone who has a child, get some bonbon paracetamol. Honestly, it's going to save you one day and you won't realize it. Hi Esther, thank you. I need to call you soon. I'm just trying to play catch up and I'll call you. So my sister is not even a healthcare professional, but somehow she knows all these things. I think I traumatized her a lot when I was a child. So she's somehow had to learn lots of things just to look after me. I don't even know how to use this thing. I'm trying to like send a comment or something. It's not even working. It's not working. Hi, Eunicia. Nice to meet you. It's nice to see a lot of like new faces or new people joining my live. Like there are lots of people, honestly, favor. Elder sisters know it all. I think they've been through it. I think we need to pay homage to elder sisters. Maybe do like some sacrifice for them once a year because, bruh, it's not easy. I'm not an elder sister, but even I'm elder sister to some people, but I don't take that position very, very strongly. Hi, Unisha. Are you a pharmacist? I would like to know if you can hear me. Hello, Rich. So I've had a lot of people unfollow me on Instagram, and I've had lots of people follow me. That's why it's interesting. When I got to 2000, I was quite shocked because the way people were unfollowing me, I can understand because my Instagram used to be personal, private before, but now I've turned it into something else that I think a lot of people cannot now relate with. So I would like to just meet and know you guys. So Fatima says, for my kids, it's always rectal ibuprofen, which helps. Do we have rectal ibuprofen to buy in the UK? This is the thing. UK is so regulated that there's so many things. You know how hard it was for me to even get the rectal paracetamol? I found at least a good 10 pharmacies before I found one who had it and were happy to sell it. Some of them will actually say they won't sell it to you. It's crazy. And I'm a pharmacist, so in this situation, I was reflecting on the times in the past where I probably would have seen a parent ask for rectal paracetamol. I'm like, oh, you need to get a prescription. But have I ever? I don't know. It's a PMed, so you should be able to sell it, and it's so expensive. I got a box of 10 for £35. I don't understand. But to be honest, I would pay that than witness any febrile seizures again ever. Like, give me 100 boxes if that's all I need. Eunicia says she's a pharmacist in Romania, right now working as an assistant pharmacist for Well Pharmacy and learning for the OET. Oh, that's amazing. What part of the UK are you based in, Eunicia? And how are you finding working in the UK compared to working in Romania? Hello, Ella. Let me wave at the people just joining. I'm finding a lot of pharmacists are migrating. I don't know if I'm just now noticing it, but a lot of pharmacists are migrating to the UK from the EU and other places. Or if I'm just now paying attention to it. There's been quite a few that have popped up recently. And Eunicia, have you had any struggles that you would like to share with us? Fatima says in Sweden there are a lot of rectal pills, paracetamol and ibuprofen you can get for £3. Imagine. But I saw free, no. I got that box of 10 for £35. Honestly, it's not it wasn't funny, but I didn't care at the time. Hi Ella. Ella, are you a pharmacist? I would like to know. I think I should do this more often. I'm actually meeting a lot of my followers now. It's interesting. Oh, sorry. I think I typed on something. Sorry, Ella. But I just want to know, are you a pharmacist? And if yes, where do you work? If no, hi, how did you find me? Nice to meet you. Hello, Zin. So I only plan to be on here for 30 minutes, but it's 30 minutes now, and I think I can spare another few minutes. Oh, Fatima, don't let them catch you. She wants to start selling the rectal pills, the bum pills. Honestly, I think a lot of people will love you for that because it's quite a pain when you need certain medications and there's so many regulations around it. It's so painful and annoying. But what I found really good, and I'm so happy about it, was that we were attended to quite swiftly at the A&E. I was really happy because honestly, I don't even know what I was expecting. I've never had to go into the A&E for an emergency, and I just assumed based on other people's experiences that um we'll probably have to wait or we'll have to struggle to get someone to see us. No, we were like in within a split second, they were taking her clothes off and checking everything. And I was just so amazed that I didn't have to say too much. My husband actually did all the talking. I was trying to beat up the doctors because they obviously would not attend to him as fast as he thought he should be attended to, which I thought was very fast. But obviously, dads and their daughters, eh? But thankfully, we're all fine now. We're all fine now. Ella, where do you work? Is there anyone here that's joined from my YouTube family? Like, if there's anyone who found me from YouTube, can you let me know? Because I don't know if people actually find me from YouTube or people just find me from Instagram. I feel like I don't do a great job at like selling and marketing myself that much. So I'm just like, if I gain organic followers, that's fine. I don't really have a lot of time on my hands to be like pressing. Hi, Atwa. Hi, Dikbo. Hi, Tokwe. Yes, YouTube family. Hey. I really don't know if I market myself well on YouTube. I just put down the barest minimum, and I know that who needs to see the video will find it because I do my videos mainly out of passion and just wanting to help people out. Do you guys have any particular pain points or anything that you think you would like us to address? There's a topic that I want to talk about, and I think I'll have to do another live for that because this one is now running past 30 minutes, so I'm going to cut it up at some point. So the topic I want us to address are two things. Actually, one thing, but they're from two comments. So I had a comment recently on my YouTube where someone said the pharmacy profession is always going to be crap. The work environment is always going to be horrible for pharmacists and blah blah blah. Then someone else said something along the same lines. And then I got a notification from Chemist and Druggist a few days ago saying something about a locum pharmacist was suspended or something because they dispensed the wrong strength of oxycodone and the patient ended up dead. Sorry, my Instagram got cut off. Oh my god, you. Okay, so this person, the local pharmacist, got suspended because they had dispensed the wrong strength of oxycodone, and the patient ended up dead. And that literally hits so close to home. If anyone on my YouTube has seen my video where I talk about dispensing accidentally the wrong strength of oxycodone, like that literally just sent shivers through my spine. I'm just waiting for my Instagram to catch up so that they don't miss this, because I think I had more people watching on Instagram. So hi YouTube family. There's 3 people live on YouTube at the moment. Hi guys. Can you guys let me know who's on YouTube, please? Can you just send a message or wave or something in the comments? I think Instagram has a limit to how long you can be live for. Pause due to poor connection. Okay, so we're just going to leave the Instagram one. Anyway, so I would have to go live again to discuss this topic. And I think I'm going to talk about it for a bit before we go live, just so I can get more people and get more insights into what people think about these topics. And it's just the fact that we keep complaining that the pharmacy profession, the work environment is not great. We're complaining and complaining and complaining. Yet we have this mindset that there's nothing we can do about it. It's just going to continue being horrible. I know there's a good few pharmacists out there who are fighting and shouting, are trying to get the best and trying to like get people to actually do something about it. But I think, like I always say, we need one voice, we need unity. A house divided against itself cannot stand. I think we all need to be saying the same thing, and I think we all need to be in unison. We can't have 50% of us complaining about the workforce, the work environment, how unconducive it is, how pharmacists don't get any recognition. A good majority of us are complaining, but then there's a good majority of us who are comfortable and just saying there's nothing that would happen if we do anything, or the environment is just going to always be bad and there's nothing we can do about it. I think it's really not good, because at the end of the day, we all have to deal with the consequences of this thing. Now, look, unfortunately, someone has had themselves suspended because they accidentally dispensed the wrong dose of medication and the patient died. I have had an exact experience like that. Fortunately for me, my patient was already end of life, so they just attributed the death to, every other thing going on to the patient. But deep down inside, I felt like my wrong dispensing and my dispensing error basically was what led to this patient's death, even if that might not have been true. But you know how much guilt and how much I had to live with for a long time? I did report it accordingly and I did everything I needed to do. However, this situation can happen to any of us. And I think we all need to realize this. Like, you might be getting away with it now, but you never know when it will come back and bite you in the bum. We need to actually all be speaking with the same voice. But let's not even go into all that drama now. So I'm just going to do a little bit of a series of short videos and letting people know that I'm going to be going live and talking about this topic. And I want us all to just come and debate and figure out exactly what we should, or what we should be doing to make sure that this doesn't happen. And I think get more of our voices out there, so that pharmacists who think it's okay to sit down in such unconducive environments to work just because they feel like nothing is going to change no matter what, actually start to know that things can actually change if you speak up. And that's been my reality. Things did change because I started to speak up. And I know that I'm not the only one that needs to do this work for things to actually change radically. So we all need to just jump on board. But yeah, now you guys know where my passion lies. Like, I just get so passionate when it comes to things like this, and it's so annoying to hear that it's still happening. Anyways, I have chatted a lot now. I'm going to end this live video. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I unfortunately have lost my Instagram live, which is okay. But I will be seeing you guys in my next video. Thank you so much for being here and for participating and for always jumping on my channel. If it's once a week, once a month, just every little helps to encourage me and help me know that someone is watching my videos and someone is gaining something from them. But yeah, I'll see you guys in hopefully subsequent videos. Bye.